Hi guys, it's Annie from Annie B's Scrap Shop, and today I'm going to show you some of the things I got at the Marlborough Scrapbooking Expo that I went to yesterday with some friends. It's the first expo I've ever been to, so it was pretty fun. This right here are some trinkets I got from Craft Fantastic. They are out of Albuquerque, and they did a little make and take here. I made a necklace for my daughter, Olivia, and these are just some various sizes that they have: square, circle, oval, and then there's these glass inlays, and you cover either a sticker or some paper or even possibly some glitter, and then you adhere them to the trinkets. I did that one there in the middle with just some scrapbooking paper. Today I'm going to use this little piece of scrapbook paper to show you. I'm going to make a charm for the front of that mini album book that I did in my last video. So this paper corresponds with that paper. And so what I'm going to do is just take a dab of glue and put it in the middle of the glass inlay. And then I will flip that over onto the paper. And I found just a little flower on there that I wanted to be kind of the center. I'm going to flip it over and stick it on there. Wait a couple of minutes and then trim the excess. Yeah, it is, she mentioned that it was water soluble, so if you do get it in a spot where you don't want it, you can just, before it sets, you can rinse it off. So after it's all stuck down to the desired spot of the paper, you can trim around the excess and then use a double-sided adhesive to stick it to the back of the inside of the trinket, whether you choose large or small. So this isn't something I typically do for my scrapbooking. However, the smaller ones are good trinkets for or charms for the spine of an album or for the front. Kind of heavy for a page if you have like a mini album, but really cute. And they made really cute bracelets and necklaces out of them. So, I mean, I thought they were pretty dang cute. It was a fun little project to do and very reasonable prices, I found. And here I'm just putting the adhesive, the double-sided adhesive to the trinket, and then I'll just add that to the top, and then it's all finished. See if I can zoom in. And that's it. That's all done. So here I made that other larger circular one with just a punch of a scrapbook paper that I punched out with my 1-inch puncher. The next thing I'm going to show you is the table I kept going back to watch because it was kind of mesmerizing, was the watercolor. And it came from Rubbernecker Stamps. So they sell these stamps. One of them is kind of a background stamp, and the other one is a more detailed stamp. And this is the stamp of some poppies. And I'm just going to use there's some red Color Burst watercolor powder. I'm just powdered a little bit, sprinkled a little on there, and now I'm using a water brush to brush it right onto the stamp. Obviously put a little more water on it, it'll be a little bit lighter of a color, and it kind of a different effect, so you can kind of play around with that. And then he says about 10 seconds on the watercolor sheet here should help it absorb all the color. Now I'm new to this, so I don't get it right every time, but I kind of have a little hack. When I pull this up, there's still a couple areas right there that are not as, that didn't soak in as well. So I just come in with the water pen and kind of spread the color around, and I think it looks just fine. That's the nice thing about watercolor. It doesn't have to look perfect. In fact, it looks better if it doesn't look perfect. And then I'm going to dry this just for the sake of the video. I mean, if you're going to add anything to it, you do want to let them dry in between so you don't get, a gloppy mess going on. So right now that kind of just looks like a red blob, but I'm going to come through with a stamp and put in some details in black. You could also stamp this with black, like embossing ink, and then come through with a clear embossing powder and heat it, and it would look really amazing. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up, and then there are your flowers. And I'll try to zoom in on this too. And then you can come through and put some watercolor, just streaks through there if you'd like. There's the powder again. And a little goes a long way on this. And obviously I'm still learning, and I'm using this little wet pen, but I think it would work really well if I had an actual paint brush. So I'll have to mess around with that a little bit, but this was a really fun thing to do. That could be a card that can go straight on the page. I don't know, I just really enjoyed watching the demo and thought that would be fun. And also I tried this out with my acrylic stamps that I have like a background and a detailed stamp for. And it worked just as well with the acrylic stamps as these rubber stamps, which is nice. Just a whole new technique to explore. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll insert some pictures here of the gals I went to the expo with. It sure was a fun time being my first year. There was a lot of vendors there, but I'll definitely want to go back next year. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. Have a great day.